What's going on, guys? Justin here, aka the Unforgiven 08. And you guys know what day it is. You marked your calendars just like I did. April 26th, which was the official reveal trailer for Black Ops 3. Boom, it's out. And let me tell you, there's a lot of stuff in there that looked cool. There's a lot of stuff that's probably going to scare some people. But I'm going to take everything that stood out to me or that I thought was significant. I'm going to break it down for you guys. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, the full trailer, the link will be in the description for that. Excuse me. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right. And yes, I did just screenshot these from YouTube. I didn't have time to edit them all because I really wanted to get this up for you guys. So sometimes you'll see that little, red gray bar at the bottom or whatever. I apologize for that. Excuse me. Well, let's get into it. All right. This first screenshot. Now, not only are there these VTOL looking warships, definitely some sort of warship, but if you look at the one on the left that's just entering the screen, that's holding like a giant freaking mechanical robot. I know we know this pretty much takes place in 2065 and it's going to be a future game, but that is some crazy stuff right there. I don't know if you're going to be able to use that in just multiplayer or excuse me, in just campaign, or if it'll be in multiplayer too, or what the use of it is, whether it's like a faster vehicle, slow vehicle, but we'll have to just keep playing to find out. Now, this next shot has a couple things that I wanted to point out in it. First off, the guy standing there, we don't know who that is. Now, there's another shot that has a few other characters that we don't know who that is. I'll go over that in a minute, but that pretty much leads me to believe anyway that the cast of characters for this game is going to be entirely different. Even though this is technically a sequel off of the Black Ops 2 series, it does not look like they're going to go the route that they did in the first two Black Ops games, where they still tie in some of the older characters, from like 40, 50 years ago, into their current game. So even though it's a sequel, it looks like we're kind of getting a reboot as far as characters go. And what the hell is that turret on the side of that truck? I mean, it looks like there's a freaking missile in there. I mean, how awesome is that? Who wouldn't want a turret on a truck that comes with a missile? I mean, come on now. Isn't that the dream? But anyway, this next shot, I think this tells a lot. Not only do you see all these drones flying overhead and all this smoke and debris and stuff, but what looks like a huge aircraft carrier is pretty much destroyed. And this is pretty much shown, right after the shot that I just showed you guys where the guy's standing there next to the truck with the turret. So, I think we could have already assumed, obviously there's some big war going on, it's a Call of Duty game, there's always a war. But, yeah, I really think this just kind of shows the scale of it. I mean, there's really no telling what this war is going to be against, but you can definitely tell there's going to be a lot of high-tech stuff going on. I mean, maybe it'll be similar to Black Ops 2 where it's, some big superpower or country trying to be a superpower that takes on the U.S. Maybe they go the route of a PMC, private military corporation, the way they did in Advanced Warfare. Who knows? But, we'll find out more, obviously, as they reveal more stuff. Now, this next shot is the one I was talking about earlier, where there's new characters. All of the characters that they showed in this trailer, none of them were from any of the previous Black Ops games. So, like I said, we're going to have probably a whole new cast of characters. So, it should be really interesting to see what their roles are. How many of these guys are high-ranking military officials? If any. How many of them are just soldiers? How many of them are super soldiers? They talked a lot about in the Embers trailer about how far are we going to let technology take us, and they go back to that theme in this trailer. Are we super soldiers? Is the technology going to overtake us? Blah blah blah, all that stuff. So it definitely will be interesting to see where they go in the route of these characters, because some of them really might not be completely human, which adds a whole new element to this game, which I'm personally really excited for. And this next shot is like, I didn't click, at first, because it was just like, oh yeah, they're shooting underwater, and I'm like, wait a minute, you've never been able to shoot underwater in Call of Duty? That's awesome. Now, who knows if that's going to be used in multiplayer or not at this point. Maybe they'll have some underwater areas, which honestly I think would be kind of cool. I mean, underwater gameplay. They added mid-air gameplay with Advanced Warfare, so, why not go underwater, right? So, I thought that was pretty cool. I know a lot of you guys will probably think it's cool too. Now, this next one, you probably can't tell just from the screenshot, but this was a person's hand that turned into a machine gun that just absolutely destroyed this guy in front of him. So that ties back into what I was talking about earlier. You know, how many of these people are super soldiers, or maybe that's just a piece of his gear. You know, who knows? The technology is so crazy in the future, and what they're showing from all these different trailers that it could really be a lot of things. But that's pretty cool that you can just turn your hand into a freaking turret and just absolutely obliterate people. Now this next one, I can't help but to feel like I've seen this before, but it still feels new. So, I mean, it's definitely new for Call of Duty, as far as I know, so I'm going to go with it. And it's these little bug things. It looks like, I don't know, maybe like nanodes or something like that, that one of the characters just shot out of their hands, and it just went and just killed somebody else pretty much. So, I don't know whether they're little nanobots or what, but it looks like they're all flying in a pattern. It looks like they're pretty small, and I guess they're hidden somewhere inside someone's hand or their gear or suit or whatever they're using. So it'll be interesting to see what that's all about. Now, in this next one, I mean, look at that thing. Like, how can you not look at that and just say, I want one? I know I do. I mean, even if we can't use that in multiplayer and that's just in campaign, you know, shoot, I'll take it. And if maybe we're only fighting against it, that's cool too. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun to just blow up. I mean, just looking at all the gear on there, it looks like it has missile pods, maybe a turret sticking out there. It's got, the 4 legs, so it can be pretty mobile. Obviously, the middle part's probably the command center in there where people are sitting. So that thing just looks like an absolute beast. I mean, hell, for all we know, it could be like the new tank, of Call of Duty. Maybe there aren't any tanks, just those giant little spider bot things that are just going to wreck face. Now, this one is probably going to scare a lot of people off. I think it's interesting, you know, because all the technology that they're incorporating, saying, oh, is it going to take us too far? Well, here you have a human fighting a full-fledged robot, a whole battle robot. So it seems like some countries have taken this technology to a whole new level and have just said, screw soldiers. We're just going to go with robots. Robots can't die. Robots are going to be more efficient than people. So they just send out robots. So looks like one way or another we're gonna be killing some robots, guys. And hell, I think that's pretty interesting to see how it'll go. Now, this next shot is probably gonna again scare a lot of people or make a lot of people happy, depending on what you thought of exosuits from Advanced Warfare. Now, I still personally, even with this screenshot of this person doing the super jump, I don't think there's gonna be exosuits or anything like it. Or if there is, I think it's just going to be reserved for the campaign. Because remember, this is just purely a trailer for the campaign. Nothing that is seen in this trailer will necessarily be included in multiplayer. If you don't believe me, you can go back and look at some of the Black Ops trailers, Black Ops 2 trailers, or just go back into the games. There's a lot of things available in the campaign that weren't available in multiplayer. So I'm thinking this is either a lot slower version of an exosuit, or it's just something where you can, have like a little jump boost every now and again. So, if you're thinking exosuits, just put on the brakes on that idea for now. All right, not saying it can't be, but it just seems unlikely, especially because the companies are different and the games were in development. Black Ops 3 started to be developed right after Advanced Warfare. So if they wanted to incorporate the exosuits, they would have had to have done it pretty early on in the story. And I mean, I just think everything is cool from all this trailer and stuff. But this looks, I don't even know. It just looks awesome. I mean, who knows what that dude's holding? Whether they're like some energy blades or just some, pile drivers. I don't know. But, he's coming down and he's coming down hard with something in his hand. So, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a new melee weapon or what. But, I mean, I'm excited to see more from it. I'm excited to see what it does and see if I can get my hands on it and just crush some people. So, that should be fun. Oh, and this, you guys probably don't know yet, but I was a huge, huge crossbow guy in Black Ops and Black Ops 2. So this is probably the coolest thing I've seen from this trailer. I mean, this isn't a crossbow. It is a compound bow, but it has exploding rounds. So maybe it won't fire as fast as the crossbow from Black Ops 2, but I kind of missed the semi-automatic feature, that came with the crossbow from Black Ops 1. I think it made it a little bit more challenging. So I'm really excited the crossbow, well, not the crossbow, just the bow is back in and of itself. I mean, I personally didn't like it in Advanced Warfare, but this looks pretty awesome. I'm sure you can see that big thing of red mist in the middle of the screen. That was a person. That's what I'm going to be doing to people in Black Ops 3. Oh yeah, bet your butt. And now this last shot here, it's going to be kind of hard to tell what this is. because I don't really even know what it is. It's pretty much just a giant metal death ball from what I can gather. It just came rolling across the screen and just completely took this dude out. I mean, you can see it's just touching him. There's blood flying everywhere. So, who knows if this is going to be like a weapon that you can use or if it's like a grenade mod. Maybe you throw it, it gets bigger, and it just goes and seeks people out and, cuts them up and all that. But I'm excited to see more from it. It should definitely be cool, and you know, I'm really looking forward to any of the trailers that they're going to be releasing in the future because I really want to know more about a lot of the stuff that they showed. Of course, this official reveal trailer, I mean, it's still kind of like an overall teaser because we still don't know really jack about the game, so we're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer and see what else they reveal to us, and hopefully we'll get some multiplayer soon. So, that was it, guys. Hope you enjoyed my little dissection there, the Black Ops 3 reveal trailer. There's definitely going to be more to come. Anything else that they release, we'll be covering it. So for all of your Black Ops 3 wants and needs, to keep it right here on Trinity Gaming. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.